Good afternoon, everybody. This is Larry from GeekyKOOL.com. Over here is Joe, and our show is GeekyKOOL Presents Geeky Cinephiles. This is episode 24. We hit a quarter of 100 on our next one, Joe. So that'll be something to look forward to. Yeah, we have been stacking them up. So today, being that it's the Monday before Thanksgiving, we wanted to talk about a little movie called Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Probably the biggest, well-known Thanksgiving movie around because their whole trip is based on trying to get home for Thanksgiving. So we wanted to talk about that, and probably starting next week, we'll start talking a little Christmas movies action there. So we'll probably get into that. So we'll figure out what we want to talk about, but. We'll definitely review some holiday movies for those of you out there that watch us. But let's talk a little bit about Planes, Trains, and Automobiles for people that haven't seen it. This is a 1987 movie from John Hughes, who was known for his teenage movies. This was like his first adult movie. And what?
Known for everything. I mean,
yeah. He has. I mean, 16 Candles, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I mean, he does the whole gamut, and he has a lot of movies after that time period, too. But 1987 is his first attempt at an adult humor movie. He picked two great people to be in this movie, to be his main cast, in the amazing Steve Martin, and, of course, Mr. John Candy, who sadly has passed away. Two great personalities for a movie that's basically a buddy movie. It's more of I want to say the Odd Couple kind of buddy movie, right? Where you have two very different personalities kind of meshed together for a reason, and doesn't always kind of work as clean as you like at first. But Steve Martin is an advertising salesman stuck in New York City, at a meeting, and that continues to go on forever, where the guy's just indecisive, and he's trying to get an air flight home to Chicago. John Hughes movies usually rotate around Chicago. That's where he grew up, and most of his movies are in Chicago. Of course, the hijinks of it is because it's running late, and it's so close to Thanksgiving. It's impossible to get a cab hardly, and there's a race scene with Kevin Bacon, by the way. Love that Kevin Bacon's in this movie. Races for this cab and all of this. Eventually, Steve Martin offers to pay somebody an exorbitant amount of money, $75, $100, something like that, to take their cab because he wanted to get to the airport. And just as that's happening, somebody else grabbed this cab and he rushes off. So Steve Martin's what?
Classic New York. That's why New York is.
Exactly. So Neil Page is Steve Martin's character, and Dale Griffith is John Candy's character. Dale jumped in the cab, not realizing that he took somebody else's cab, stuck his big old trunk in the back of the cab, and off they went, and Steve Martin's running down the street trying to catch it. Eventually, Steve Martin makes it to the airport, sees the guy that took his cab sitting across from him, and they start a conversation. And of course, Steve Martin's very salty. His character is very salty all the time, but very salty that this guy took his cab. And of course, he's like, "Hey, I didn't mean to take your cab. I wondered how I got one so easy." And
his seat got moved on the plane to sit next to that guy, right?
He did, right. He was supposed to be first class. Goes up and it's like, "Oh, well, no, you're going to have to sit back here." Like, but I bought a first class ticket. Yes, but your boarding pass says, it's like, but I paid the extra money for first class. So then he gets put back in. Yeah. Gets put back by the most annoying person in the world, who happens to be John Candy's character, at least most annoying to him, Dell, who is a shower rod hanger salesman. Customized clips that go on your shadow rods, which cracks me up. I'm like, of all the things to sell, that's what, and he's going around all around the nation selling, and then like, oh yeah, well, they bought this brand, they brought this and of course it's just boring for some people. So They get up in the air, and then John Candy looks over and like, I don't think we're going to make it into Chicago. And sure enough, the Chicago Airport O'Hare is shut down because of snow. So they get rerouted, but not to any place close. They go to Wichita, Kansas, which isn't that far from Uja, Wichita.
Yeah. Yeah.
So end up in Wichita, Kansas. Big snowstorm happening. All of this, and John Candy's character is able to help him get a room, but they end up having to share a room, and all this stuff, and the hijinks of these two people having to deal with each other, and circumstances happen through the whole movie that cause them to have to buddy up together, even though Steve Martin's character would rather just not. He just wants to be angry and get home for Thanksgiving, and so John Candy's character through the whole movie talks about his wife and how much his wife loves him, how much he loves her, and all the stuff. Has a picture with her of her, which at the end ends up being a big deal there that we learn. But so they do take planes, trains, and automobiles in this movie trying to get back to Chicago to much hijinks. So
Yeah.
and at one point end up in Jefferson City, capital of Missouri.
I was gonna say there's a lot of connections to us. Wichita City. They actually shot one of the airport scenes at St. Louis Airport. So
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. You can picture the map in your mind too, going from Wichita to Jeff City to
Yep. Especially for those of us living in this area, that's pretty funny. So, and it's a long drive from Springfield, and I know it's a long drive from Kansas City to Chicago. It's a drive. I mean, you can make it, but it's a long freaking drive. But from Wichita, it's even further. So yeah, it would be quite a
12 hours probably, 13 hours.
Yeah. Because I think it's 10 from Springfield. So yeah.
You'll know how interesting the roads of Western Kansas are. So very soon.
That's pretty funny. So that gives people an idea what the movie is. It's this wonderful Thanksgiving tale, not just because it's happening before Thanksgiving, but really kind of brings home the things to be thankful for throughout this movie. And it's a heartwarming thing, very funny. The humor of John Candy and Steve Martin together, they play so well together and really do that odd couple thing so well that if you haven't seen it, rent it. Go. You can get it. Actually, I bought it on Fandango Voodoo for $5. So
nice.
And then you can keep it forever. Yeah, I just wouldn't. Well, I could rent it for $3, or I could go buy it for $5. And I'm like, I'll watch this movie every year. It'd be a new Thanksgiving tradition. So so you can get it out there. I didn't find it streaming anywhere, but it is out there. That's something that at least as of a couple days ago you could get pretty cheap. Sometimes they jack those up as closer to a holiday, but anyway, that is there.
Why are there no? We've been talking about this a little bit. Why are there no Thanksgiving movies? There's not a lot of Thanksgiving movies. Why is that?
People really kind of overlook Thanksgiving, I think. I mean, people make such a big deal about Christmas or the holiday time with Christmas, and everything is a Christmas movie, that people forget how important it is with family, with being thankful, with Thanksgiving. And I don't know. I'm not sure why we don't have more. But, you don't do things like decorate a tree or do all these other things that, you get a lot of the hijinks from. You don't have Santa Claus. You don't have those sort of things. So I don't know, but it is something very truthful. There's very few movies you would call a Thanksgiving movie.
Right.
What do you think?
Yeah,
do you think there's any other reason?
I could think of Sin of Woman and maybe the stone. It was the family stone. I don't know. I think you summed it up pretty well. I think that's why. I think people are looking past it and they're going to Christmas.
Yeah. I've got several people that have already that have decorated for Christmas and have their trees up and playing Christmas music. I'm a Scrooge. I do not allow any decorating of my house for Christmas music to be played until after Thanksgiving. One, because I want to celebrate Thanksgiving without the stress. Two, I'm just like, I get tired of it after a while. A month of it is plenty for me. I'm good to go.
Yeah,
get them out, put them away.
Month of last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. A month of that is,
of course, that one's better than what's her name, Mariah Carey.
Oh, Mariah Carey. I think I think Mariah Carey probably her whole career was made off of that one song. She probably made more money off that one song.
Oh, I'm sure she did. Yeah, and she was a really popular artist before that, but that really became the thing everyone knew her for. You even see the memes about unthawing Mariah Carey. Be careful, Mariah Carey's unthawing. So, the other thing I think that is part of that is, the stores all get their Christmas stuff out so early. Start playing music. There's no Thanksgiving music. I mean, who sings a song about Thanksgiving? I mean, I don't know. So
yeah, and Christmas is when the miracles happen.
That's right.
Thanksgiving is just football, turkey.
That sounds like a miracle to me.
Yeah.
One of us will be celebrating, by the way, on Thursday.
We have the next day off.
That's true. Right. Exactly. One of us will be celebrating football-wise, unless it's a tie. Could be a tie. But,
right. We got
our teams play each other this week, so yeah. So anyway, but let's get on the movie real quick, and so tell me your thoughts, Joe. What do you think? Did you you rewatched it? I'm assuming.
Yep.
And did it hold up? Did you enjoy it as much the first time you saw it? And what are your thoughts?
I enjoyed it more. So the first time I saw it, and probably the second time I saw it, I was irritated, like, just do this, or, why can't you do this? Or they make Neil's character not super likable,
Yeah, that's true. But that is true.
The motivation is the ultimate is to be on with family. He wants to be with his family, and so you give into that. I think I enjoyed it more this time watching just John Candy play off of that.
Yeah,
he plays off of frustrated people very well. Home Alone and Catherine. What's her name? He plays very soft, very humorable character.
Yeah, yes, he does.
I like the part, and now you can see it really is a good quoted movie. I'll tell you that.
It is.
I started thinking about all the quotes and like, wow. Hey, if you're going to use a toothbrush, make sure to take my socks out of the sink.
Exactly. My favorite one, of course, is I like me. My wife likes me. I like me.
Mm-hmm.
So when Steve Martin's character Neil goes and berates him, and like over a barrel, just one thing after another just continues. And I think I read that some of that was ad-libbed in there. And boy, it's hard to listen to somebody berate somebody like that. And then John Candy's like, yeah, maybe I talk too loud. Maybe I talk too much. Maybe I need to learn when to be quiet. But I unlike you, I like people, and I like to talk to people because I like people. And through this whole thing, I like me. And I'm like,
yeah,
that is such a great thing to say. I like me.
Great.
Yeah. And of course, that is the name of the John Candy documentary that is out now. Also, I don't know if you've seen that.
It is? I didn't
know that. I think it's on Amazon. If I did watch that also. It's really well done. I do suggest that if you're a John Candy fan, you've not seen that, go check I Like Me. And it basically has all these stars talking about John Candy. Bill Murray was trying to, at one point, they're interviewing all these people. And Bill Murray's like, I don't know if anybody has anything bad to say about John Candy. Well, there's just one time he took things just a little too far. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But really, it was funny. So,
Yeah.
So
he was very likable.
Yeah. It's really funny for a big guy, having grown up being a fat kid and losing a little weight now also, being a fat adult at one, and trying to get back to not be. people don't, that's not usually something that people just adore, are the large actors and people, but he was beloved. And
Yeah.
I think it was his kindness and his personality did that people just, he was like that brother to everybody. So anyway,
The
but
humor too,
yeah,
the
exactly.
the
But
yeah,
let's
great.
get back to the movie since we
Yeah,
don't have
yeah.
much time here. But anyway, I just yeah,
What did you think? So when you went back and watched it, did you like it more? Did you like
I
it?
did like it more. And it's been I've watched it. Like the other thing was, it's one of those movies that's on sometimes, especially in this time period, where you catch pieces of it. And
Right.
I watch pieces and laugh and like, yeah, that's funny. But I forgot how well it fits together. Just the whole movie, watching it from the front to the back again, going, oh yeah, I forgot how good this movie is, and the
Comic
reveal at the end. Yeah,
it comes after another.
and the the getting the ride after the car gets destroyed, which is a hysterical scene of going the wrong way on the freeway because he was tired and some other stuff, and ends up getting turned around going down the freeway the wrong direction, and two semis go across and scrape it, and then he had flung his cigarette in the back in this, and it catches fire and and burns the car up, and just
Oh,
hysterical. But I mean, you get all that, but then you get that heart wrenching moment at the end when Neil is like taking the train and taking the L in Chicago to home.
yeah.
And then he's having flashes of his family, what they're going to say when he gets home. But he starts having flashes of Dell and all the things Dell had said. And then it occurs to him, there's something not right. So let me throw a couple of pictures up here while we've got them. Of course, that is the cover of the movie. When you look at it, that's it. Very
Yep.
great. But here's the end scene where he goes and gets Dell, realizes that Dell has nowhere to go, and he shows up in the train station, and Dell's just there in the little train station area. He's just going to stay there because he has no home, because his wife that he beloved died 8 years ago. And
Yeah.
since that time, he's not had a home. He sold his home and has been living on the road, but here it is Thanksgiving and he has nowhere to go. So he goes back to Chicago with this guy who's kind of a jerk to him through the whole movie. But
Yeah.
he
Well,
still kind of likes him. It's one of those things where he's like, he's the kind of guy who likes people that are unlikable sometimes. Because Neil can be very unlikable. He just had that personality. And Steve Martin does a
well,
great job with it.
yeah. It's Neil changing. It's him finding his
Yeah,
way.
right.
Real.
It really
Totally.
is. No,
Yeah.
that's right on. And so then he comes back and he goes, "Okay, you're coming home with me." And so this is the big trunk that Dell takes everywhere. And so they're having to carry it walking down the road after they get off the L to go to Neil's home. And then of course invites him in and introduces him to the whole family. And Dell's like, "Well, I'll just stay for a couple minutes." No, no, you're staying here. This is the holidays, you're staying here, which was compared to where he wanted nothing to do with him and just was
Right.
horrible to him at the beginning of the movie. Now invites him home with him and basically is making him family. Like, you've got family
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Such heartwarming moment of such a funny movie. So it's great that you can have a movie that you just laugh and laugh and laugh at the crazy stuff, and just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he said that. And
Touched on the other side. Yeah. Yeah.
right. But then you have this heart rendering ending. You're like, oh, that's so heart touching. And I knew it was from having watched it before, but it really hit
Right.
home this time. I think I went, okay, yeah, this movie is everything that I remember.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
let's talk a little bit about what other people say about it. Then we'll give our ratings on it. We have IMDb, and I was surprised by this. It has it at 7.6. I really thought it would be higher. I thought it would be in the eights.
Yeah.
It is not, but
Wow.
7.6, which is solid, but not as good as I thought. Now, Rotten Tomatoes has it as a 93% for the tomato meter. 93%. So the critics give it a 93%. The fans gave it an 87%. I thought that'd be a little higher also, but I love that the critics love this movie also, and both of them are a success there. And
Yeah.
then you have Letterboxd giving it a 3.8 out of 5. That makes sense. Somewhere around a 4 makes sense to me. Um,
Yeah.
this movie also had other stars in it that were great. We mentioned Kevin Bacon, Michael McKean, who was Lenny from Lenny and Squiggy on Laverne and Shirley, Saturday Night Live, and many other shows. He's in there, and he is great as the state trooper that pulls him over when they're driving this car that's barely on the road,
It's a
has no
convertible.
roof, everything is burned out. He's like, "Oh, do you know how fast you're going?" No, officer, I don't. As you can see, a little fire, and the speedometer doesn't work. None of the gauges actually work, but the radio does. The radio plays fine. It's amazing. It's like, yeah, just let us get on home. It's like, so the next thing you see is cars being towed in. That was great. Of course,
Yeah,
Kevin
well,
Bacon. You have who was it else that was in here that I forgot? Let me get.
there's a lot of people I recognize just from the face and recognize
Yeah,
some of the
yeah.
name, but yeah.
The Ben Stein. That was one I forgot about. Ben Stein
Yeah.
from,
Johnny
and of course, Ben Stein's Money, winning Ben Stein's Money, and of course, Ferris Bueller, many other things. He was in there.
Bueller.
Um,
Bueller.
so, as an airport representative, and when I saw that, and
Yeah.
he's getting on the microphone, doing his very monotone talk. That, of course, he did in Ferris Bueller. So that was pretty humorous. So,
Okay.
so
So tell me what you think about this. Would, with technology and with transportation, everything it is today, do you think this would be a movie today? Could you still understand it? Could this movie still be made?
I think so. Well, I mean, we just had airlines that were canceling like crazy, right? So,
Yeah.
and we know that in the wintertime, airports get shut down and get rerouted somewhere, or you get to a stop and then you're not able to go on because the airport shut down. So that still fits hard, right? And so there's certain things that may not with cell phones and other things that probably would translate a little differently. But yeah,
Yeah,
I think they would.
because his wife was a little bit suspicious that he was with another woman, right? You
Right,
know,
right. And
you had your cell phone, you could text all day long and send
you
pictures, and
can, but that doesn't mean you're not doing something else, right?
yeah,
And the wife would know where he's at because you could turn on your location and all that stuff. But yeah,
yeah,
but I think most of it would flow really well. Still, I think you could remake this, add a few little things in it, but I think it still is successful. I think in today's day and age, there are more lonely people out there than there was even back then.
yeah,
So
that's true.
having somebody lonely because his wife has passed, I think that fits hard. So
Yeah, yeah,
all
yeah,
right,
and it's
well,
interesting. Buses aren't really a thing anymore, but they used to be. I mean, when I
you
didn't have a
can
car, I'd take the bus.
right, and you can still get a Greyhound.
Oh,
I mean, Greyhound buses still run, other things still run, but yeah, it's not as easy as it used to be.
right.
Because any town of any size used to have a Greyhound that would go through it every so often, but you don't get that
Yeah,
nowadays. So
not much anymore. Yeah.
yeah. Well, give me your thoughts are. Give me a letter grade for this, Joe.
I'll give it a B plus because it's a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
holiday movie. It's a realization of yourself movie, and yeah, overall, it's got a good message.
I agree completely. I was going to give it a B plus also. It's almost an A minus, but it's just a
Yeah,
little bit more. But it's John Hughes, which I have a hard time going wrong with John Hughes. Steve
yeah,
Martin, John Candy. It's a great cast. The writing is fun, and there are plot holes, but there's that in everything. And
yeah.
but yeah, it was heartwarming in the end and funny. It could have been a little more humorous at points, but I think it
Mhm.
gave that really good balance of drama and comedy there. So, but yeah, B plus is where I'm going to go. Also, guys, let us know what you think of this movie. Have you rewatched it? Do you think it's a B plus? Do you think it should be higher or lower? Do you watch this every Thanksgiving, which is a new tradition I'm going to start? Let us know
Have
in
you
the
ever?
comments.
Yeah, have you ever seen it?
Yeah, have you ever seen? Do you even know what we're talking about? Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth? Oh, sorry, that's a different movie. So, All right. Well, Joe and I will work together and figure out what holiday movie we're going to do first. If it's going to be Gremlins or Die Hard, or maybe even
Oh, we
actually.
almost said it at the same time. We almost said it at the exact same time. I imagine Die Hard will be mentioned about 20 times in the next month or so.
And if you don't think it's a Christmas movie, we love you anyway, but you're wrong. So just so you know.
Nope.
So, all right. Well, until then, thank you guys very much. Have yourself a fantastic Thanksgiving, and we'll catch you next year when we start celebrating the holidays. And I'm not such a Grinch. So,